The 1990s was a decade of huge transition in WWE history. The fans witnessed the end of the golden era, followed by many highs and lows and the emergence of the new generation.
In the early 90s, the old guard slowly vanished to let the place to the rising stars. In the middle of the decade, some big names came and left.
Then, it ended with the new icons of the Attitude Era.
A lot of historical and unforgettable events were staged for the fans. To have so many memories engraved in our heads, even after 10, 15, or 20 years, means legendary moments and astonishing spectacles given by the artists of the ring. These are the 10 greatest stars of the 90s, and they're about to see passing before your eyes. So, with no more introduction, let's roll back in a decade that changed the face of pro wrestling forever.
Number 10. Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon was one of the greatest intercontinental champions ever. With 4 reigns, he had the gold around his waist for an impressive total of 438 days. He definitely had the potential to become a WWF champion, and he was one of the biggest draws from 1992 to 1996. He had the charisma, the in-ring abilities and the mic skills to be a great world champion, but, for some reason, he never made it to the top. With his unique style, Ramon was a complete wrestler who had many classic moments, including the famous ladder match against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania X.
Number 9.
Triple H. Triple H is one of the famous faces named for himself in the 90s by becoming a 2-time Intercontinental Champion and by winning 2 European titles. He had a slow rise to the top if we compare to Steve Austin, but his push was slow due to the Madison Square Garden.
Number 8. Yokozuna. Yokozuna was a top villain in the 90s and he generated heat like only few others with his sumo anti-American gimmick.
From 1992 to 1998, his weight range was between 525 and 700 pounds. With his unreal weight and his 6 feet 4 inches height, he squashed countless wrestlers and sent many to the hospital, including Hulk Hogan, who eventually left for WCW.
The 2-time WWF champion won the 1993 Royal Rumble and won the tag team titles twice.
He feuded against all the big names of the time, including The Undertaker, Bret Hart and Lex Luger.
Number 7. Diesel.
In 1994 to 95, there was no wrestler as dominating as Diesel. In less than 8 months, he won the 3 different titles available, becoming the 3rd Triple Crown champion. After winning the WWF Championship in an 8-second squash match against all comers, including Psycho Sid and King Mabel. The Diesel engine, which rolled over the WWE from his modest debut as Shawn Michaels' bodyguard in 1993 until he left in 1996, accomplished more in 3 years than many others in 10 years.
Number 6. Mick Foley.
The King of Hardcore debuted in 1996 as Mankind, and he quickly became The Undertaker's first real nemesis with his unique brawling style and capacity to endure pain. With his other gimmicks, Cactus Jack and Dude Love, Foley was a pillar of the Attitude Era and he managed to win 4 tag team titles before becoming a 3-time WWF champion in 1998 to 99. Then, in 1999, before going on the sideline for 4 years in 2000, he added 4 more tag team championship reigns to his list of accomplishments. However, beyond his championships, Foley has put his body on the line for the sake of entertainment like no other.
Number 5. The Rock.
The man who carried the WWE into the new millennium didn't have a stellar rise to the top in the 90s with his modest debut as Rocky Maivia in 1996, but he became the best talker in WWE when he ended his wrestling career in 2005. He didn't have the honor to win the King of the Ring tournament or the Royal Rumble, but he won his first title only 3 months after he debuted. However, he was not very over with the fans and he had to come through a major gimmick transformation, becoming The Rock in May 1997 and joining the Nation of Domination. He truly emerged in 1998 when he started to work for the crowds with his until then hidden mic skills and when he left the Nation to join the corporation. He then won his first WWF Championship in November 1998 and he had 2 more title reigns in 1999. At the end of the decade, a new icon was born and the rest is history. Number 4. Shawn Michaels. The main event, the showstopper and Mr. WrestleMania. All those nicknames come from the 90s after nearly 10 years of hard work with the WWE. Beyond his 3 WWF Championship reigns in the 90s, Michaels made history with countless iconic moments. After a solid run in the tag team division with Marty Jannetty, he became a singles competitor, but not before throwing his former partner through a window with a super kick in 1991. With his new Heartbreak Kid gimmick, Michaels climbed the ladder to the top with 3 Intercontinental title reigns and 2 Royal Rumble victories. Then, in 1996, after a historical Iron Man matches at WrestleMania 12, he won his first WWF Championship against Bret Hart.
Number 3. The Undertaker. If The Undertaker was not always the center of attention, he was without a doubt the glue that kept the WWE together for the whole 90s. He was not always in the main event, but his sole presence in the ring always made high-profile matches. Despite his legendary dominance in the ring, he ended the decade with only 3 WWE championships. The Phenom didn't need the spotlight or many title reigns to build his legacy. After all, just defeating Hulk Hogan in 1991 after only 1 year with the company is enough to make a name for himself. And, when we think about all the obstacles put on his path, it's no wonder why the dead man is a legend. Number 2. Bret Hart. As one of the greatest technical wrestlers in pro wrestling history, Bret Hart represented the new guard after Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, and the Ultimate Warrior spent their last glorious moments with the WWE. Following the breakup of the Hart Foundation and his 2 tag team championships with Jim Neidhart, Bret Hart was designated to carry the company on his shoulders in a time of darkness following the end of the Golden Age era. In only 6 years, from 1991 to 1997, he became a 5-time WWE champion, a 2-time Intercontinental champion, the 1994 Royal Rumble co-winner, and the only 2-time King of the Ring, 1991 and 1993. Number 1. Steve Austin. Literally the electroshock the company needed. He was the leader of the Mythic Attitude Era and he contributed like no other to help Vince McMahon to save the company. He didn't do all the work by himself, but he was the perfect leader and he was like a god for the fans. The beer-drinking Texas Rattlesnake, also known as the toughest SOB. In WWE, among other accomplishments in the 90s, he won the WWF Championship 4 times.